Hello everybody, this is Milesluigi welcoming you back to Let's Collect Items from our Let's Sequence Break These Shit Out of Metroid Zero mission. So, joining me today is...
Evil Pop-Tart.
And Higsby.
Our goal today is to get all of the expansions located in Brinstar. So the first thing I want to point out is our expansions here, missile expansions, well, 5 more missiles, super missile expansions, 2 more super missiles, and power bomb expansions. The first thing I wanted to point out, and I'll actually be pointing this out in the key area earlier, power bombs aren't sequence breakable, and I'll go over this a little bit later when we go to the one power bomb that is only theoretically sequence breakable, but it actually isn't. But super missiles are an interesting topic because they are normally supposed to be acquired when you beat a mini-boss in Norfair. Not Norfair, Ridley. It's lower Norfair, Ridley, whatever you want to say. The thing is, there's multiple super missile expansions that can be sequence broken. The one we're going for right now, actually, is one of those, because all you need are the high jump boots and the speed booster to do this, and bam! You have super missiles. You can sequence break super missiles by doing that, because if you get one super missile expansion, you get super missiles. So yeah, that one boss in Ridley, by the way, or mini boss, is still waiting for me, by the way. So, there's just a couple of super missile expansions that aren't behind a super missile door and are just behind something like that. So if you want to get super missiles early, there's a couple of them in the game you can get, such as that one. And that's super duper convenient. Oh, this one hidden room in Brinstar is just a cluster fudge, really, is the best way I can describe it. And it nets you a missile tank, and then you see the super missile tank there, and yeah, that's where you have to pull off the crazy shine spark trick. Get used to crazy shine spark tricks, by the way. Cool thing about the game, though, once you beat it, it'll tell you how many items are in each area. So as you saw, we have
it
super
tells
missile.
You how many items you've collected.
Yes, and how many more you have to go per area. That is extraordinarily convenient. Like, oh my gosh, convenient. Let's get this energy tank. That is an energy tank you can get by bomb jumping if you're really committed to it, by the way. I wasn't that committed, though. Alright, now, hidden in the shaft down to Crateria, there is this booster thing down here that's just kind of hidden. You take it, it launches you up to a missile expansion hidden in the ceiling here. Woohoo! There we go. Let's head on back to the right. After a whole bunch of exploration radar, and we're now in what I guess I'll call the red vertical shaft. There's the vertical shaft to the left of this, that's like the blue vertical shaft. But in the red vertical shaft, all the way at the top of it, by the way, I'm screw attacking everything. If you have good wall jumping or the ice beam, there is a missile tank waiting for you in this room. I want to say with extraordinarily good bomb jumping you can get that, but I have never, ever managed to do it with bomb jumping, and I've tried it before, so. And it's just a missile expansion, so. Alright. So back over to here. There's a missile expansion waiting for us here. This one's kind of a pain in the butt to get if you don't have a whole lot of power-ups, because like you set a bomb down there, and like if you don't have the power grip or something like that, it's just annoying to get. It is possible though, just with enough persistence. There we go. This room, remember this room had a whole bunch of bees in it? Fun fact about that room, it'll continue to have bees into it until you destroy all 3 beehives in it, and it's very easy to miss the one that had the missile expansion behind it. And there's nothing for me this way, so let's go the other way. Get rid of that Zerobite. There we go. Up we go. And into this room. This is just a power-up that I just skipped for the sake of skipping. Well, are you super happy for that one, Higsby? I just skipped that missile expansion for no reason, or this energy tank for no reason either. That could have saved my life if I would have picked it up. I didn't pick it up. We got the map already, so we don't have to worry about that and everything there. Although I see missing map squares that I'll need to collect. Go, fast, get there we go.
Let's get all the map squares.
Alright. So fun fact about this room, when you do the sequence of events normally in this room, what you have to do is you have to get these little bug things to all collect onto you, which I'm going to realize soon. Oh shoot, I needed all the bugs on me. The thing is, the bugs drop off of you when you use the screw attack, so it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, you need to get all the bugs to this orb thing here, because even though I have all the power-ups in the game, I can't destroy this orb. So normal sequence of events is you do that, that finally gets you to the other side, and then you can use the Chozo statue there, because the Chozo statue's head will actually be in your way if you don't do that. And that is kind of the game's way of introducing you to the Varia suit, actually, because you get the Varia suit and you're able to do that. So, oh, looks like we've got everything in Brinstar now. Hooray! We're going to cover 2 more areas here, actually, in this video. We're going to cover Crateria and Tourian, because both those areas don't have a whole lot of power-ups to them. So we're going to get those as well. But, oh, another dumb orb thing that's there because I sequence broke things. Thankfully, I can just shoot that walk up there because I have the wave beam now. I just have to lower these bugs into the orb. Get to the orb. Come on, bugs. You know you want to eat it. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice. Huh. You were kind of sticking out of that pipe, and it goes to show just how kind of they're not actually pipes. They're just blocks that don't act as anything.
Just in my very brief experience ROM hacking this game, there's essentially 2 layers in this game. The first layer is like your graphic layer, and the second layer is your block layer, so that's just graphics. There's no actual blocks there. That's the best way I can describe it. But anyway, we're going to take this shortcut back to Crateria. Now that I actually have some frickin' power bombs, let's collect some power... Actually, I'm going to go to Tourian first. Never mind. There's 2 power-ups to get to Tourian. One of them is a pain in the butt. The other one is not as bad. Oh, super missile. Why did I use a regular missile? But if you remember, Tourian was blown to smithereens, and it still kinda is if we look here. I like how it's like structurally sound rubble.
So if only Tourian was blown to smithereens, why did you have to escape all the way to your ship?
Game logic. That's why. But, yeah, there's this green acid here, and even though I have the gravity suit, it still hurts me. This is the only area in the game where that green acid actually appears. So there's a power bomb tank. That is one of 2 power bomb tanks that is theoretically sequence breakable. If you remember the reverse escape thing I did in that one video, if you could trigger a cutscene that stops the timer and then go back to Tourian, all of Tourian would be destroyed then. And then you could get that power bomb. But the thing is, there's, as I mentioned in the video, there's no cutscene for you to activate unless you ROM hack the game, so that power bomb's kind of a moot point. It's theoretically sequence breakable if you could get a cutscene to play after doing a reverse escape. Our other power-up that we have to get is behind some speed booster blocks, and you'll begin to realize how if you see speed booster blocks, you're gonna groan because you have to do speed booster tricks and shine spark tricks, and in this case we have to do a shine spark across this entire hallway in a very specific spot. We can't be too low because we'll run into the pillar, and we can't be too high because if we're too high we don't make it, as I'll show plenty of times because I've made it too high multiple times here. Here's me going too low and I run into the pillar. Well, yay. So, what happens when we go too high? Because I think this very next time I go too... No, this one time I go too low. I think the next time I go too high. And I'll show you what happens when you go too high. You run into a block there. This is a pretty precise shine spark you gotta do. And it's kind of hard to gauge exactly where you need to go, because you can see I was just kind of floating in midair.
Can you have done it with the morph ball to make it easier?
You can only do a morph ball shine spark off the ground, because you can only jump with the morph ball off the ground. Otherwise, I totally would. But there really isn't a good area for me to jump off with the morph ball, otherwise I totally would do that. Ah! If you could theoretically make it all the way to that pillar to the right, you could do a jump off with the morph ball, but it wouldn't work otherwise. So anyway, a whole bunch later, I finally nail it and come into this room. I think this room is technically supposed to be like a hint at Super Metroid because there's a corridor in Super Metroid that appears here when you're escaping for the final time. And I think this is supposed to be, oh hey, there's a corridor over here, to create some continuity with Super Metroid. Theoretically. Anyway, guess what expansion we're gonna get now? This Power Bomb expansion. This is a
like we've
Power
seen
Bomb
this
expansion. That's hidden behind a Power Bomb block. So even if you get this Shine Spark off, you have that Power Bomb block in your way, so you can't get the Power Bomb. So that one is another example of a Power Bomb that can't be sequence broken. Sigh. Yeah, Crateria is kind of empty. And as I mentioned when we first got to here in the regular playthrough, Crateria was not in the original Metroid. It was added in Metroid Zero Mission, mostly for the Chozo ruins and to create some continuity with Super Metroid. That's basically it. Map squares. Gotta get those map squares. Alright, so there's one missile expansion that I just kind of stupidly ran past, and I now have to go out of my way to get it in this room. There we go. So, the very next power-up we're going to get is another one we have to Shine Spark for, and the way you do this is that there's this platform here you can just barely get a Shine Spark going from. And what you need to do is get a Shine Spark going, and if you don't have the space jump, you can wall jump off the pillar to the right. But otherwise, you have to use the space jump, and then you space jump up to here, Shine Spark forward, and there's a Super Missile Tank! That's another Super Missile you can sequence break without getting Super Missiles previously. The thing is, if you don't have the space jump, you have to use the wall jump, and holy crap, is that hard? I've done it before, it is hard as hell to do that, so space jump is highly recommended for this. And basically, you have to kind of jump up to here, and then if you don't have the space jump, I think you need the high jump boots too, because you have to jump high enough and then get the Shine Spark going. So, you may have remembered I had trouble escaping Chozodia. That's because there's two entrances and exits to Chozodia. The thing is, one of them is blocked off, and it's this one. We're going to finally open it up because we're going to destroy this stupid Super Missile block there. Or not Super Missile, regular Missile block that's just there and you can't destroy it from one side. Okay, I want my thank you Power Bomb. I had trouble shooting it. There we go. Yeah, both entrances to Chozodia are blocked off by Power Bomb blocks, so you can't sequence break into Chozodia unless you could theoretically sequence break Power Bombs. Anyway, there's one more missile expansion we can get that's right there. It's hidden behind some speed booster blocks, so we gotta do some more speed booster shenanigans. As I'm showing right there, we have to very precisely enter into that spot with a morph ball jump from this platform, actually. This one isn't actually that terribly hard, I just mess it up a couple of times. I mean, we got a big, long platform here. Holy crud, look at this platform. And let's do... oh. Whoops. That was a mistake. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Much better. That nets us a missile expansion. Fun fact is you can't get that missile expansion until after you're able to access Chozodia, so... let's go ahead and collect some more map squares. If we go down to the water here, we just have a whole bunch of enemy fishes that we don't really see because this game doesn't really have a water area, really. So these fish enemies here are kind of a Metroid Fusion thing because the Metroid Fusion does have a water area. So, oh, I missed a map square. That's not good. Let's go get it. Map square acquired.
Yes!
There we go. So, that about does it for this video. I'm just going to clear off the rest of that rubble because it is power bombable, and by doing that we can finally get this stupid Shine Spark off. Holy cow. I've been waiting to do that for a while now. And let's just save in Norfair, because that will be our next area for the next video. So you guys like Shine Spark tricks? We're going to be seeing a lot more of them.
Yay!
You like the Shine Spark tricks?
Like watching you suffer for once.
I mean, we have power bombs now, and half the purpose of the power bombs is that they let you see all the hidden stuff, so you're able to get all the rest of the power-ups easy, but some of the power-ups are still a pain in the butt to get thanks to Shine Spark. But we'll see more of that on the next episode of Let's Get Power-Ups while we sequence break the shit out of Metroid Zero Mission. So, this has been Milesluigi.
Yeah, and the Evil Pop-Tart.
And Higsby?
See you all next time.